All right, guys, welcome to the Business Consultant Website Review. We're going to explain why this consulting website isn't converting more clients. So we found another client online and we've had the liberty to investigate their website to find out what's going on, why they're not signing up more clients, why they aren't making more sales, why they're not setting up more consultations. And that's pretty much what we do. Your website isn't the problem. What it's missing is what we do is we discover the number one reason your website doesn't make sales. Book a 45-minute and let us diagnose why your site isn't producing sales or consultation calls. You will sleep better knowing. So we're going to give you a live example of a client that we found on LinkedIn, and we're going to show you their old website. We're going to show you the review and the score that our system gave their website and the things that they need to improve. And then we're going to show you the finished product. We have to make a couple more tweaks on the website, but at the end of the day, we're going to show you the end result of the website and what we're doing for clients. So, like I said, if you want to critique your website, we're going to leave the link below. You can sign up for that and we'll get you going. Now, we're going to leave another link below. The smartest entrepreneurs spend more time in the feed than creating posts. How do we keep finding these clients? Well, it's a method of marketing that we like to call unorthodox digital marketing solutions for business owners who are they're not doing too well online. The algorithm is not helping their business. There are other methods. Your business does not sync because of the algorithm. There are other methods, and that's what we're teaching by means of this blog post. We're going to leave the link below, where it also leads to a free PDF download that you can take. Now, when it comes to the website of the client that we've helped, this is a Consultions. These guys they've been in the game for 7 years. They've helped out 40 different brands. These guys are seasoned veterans in the game. They know what they're doing. And as you can see, digital transformations are obviously delivered, AI driven automation, custom software builds, modern web development. Many of you guys who are watching this site, you may have similar websites, but it doesn't really matter what type of website that you have. But when I first looked at this website, I took a look at it and I see it's a little bit clunky. Don't get me wrong, it does the trick. It's not a bad website. And plus, there's a lot of useful information on the website. So, to a certain degree, they knew what they're doing. And like I said, they have 40 brands served. So, that goes far when it comes to marketing your business, because it obviously shows that you have experience satisfying clients. So, we're going to take a look. It's a little bit boxy. It's a lot going on. This is just my evaluation first before we give it the actual full evaluation, where we compare their site against 100 different other sites in their business, their competitors' sites, the industry leader sites. We're comparing their website against 100 of those websites. We're determining the weaknesses and the strengths of their websites, and we're taking the strengths and we're leaving the weaknesses and capitalizing on those weaknesses to make their website better. The purpose is not to create a pretty website, and that's where most business owners go wrong. They don't really have the data necessary to determine how effective their website is. If it looks good, that's what they pay for, they just take it. And like I said, this website's not bad. They're doing their thing. We're going to leave Consultions link below, so that if you are looking for you're looking for some of their products, reach out to them. Like I said, these guys are on the money. These guys are seasoned veterans, and they have the track record to prove it. So we're going to do the actual evaluation. This is a sample evaluation that we actually give to our clients. When you click the link below, we're going to take a look at your website. We're going to compare it to 100 different other websites, industry leaders, and determine what's going on. So this website that we just showed you got a 72 out of 100. Now, this represents the PDF download analysis that we're going to give you, so you can see what's wrong, what's right. You don't even have to do business with us. Take it and do with it as you please. This is just an evaluation that we're giving to guys who reach out to us to get an evaluation. So the overall score is 72 out of 100. So strong consultancy credentials are present, but the site currently presents a broad technology agency identity instead of a sharply differentiated market position. So what that means is they have a lot of services that they provide, as you can see here, but it doesn't say specialized. Like they specialize in something specific. If you get the point. So it's a better way to set this up, where they can put all of these underneath the same umbrella and bring it to a fine point, like a dagger, in a specialized, to show that they specialize in a particular discipline or whatever it is that they're doing. So let's take a look. High priority opportunities, replace the generic homepage hero with a clear architecture to adoption transformation promise. We can't go through all this, so we're just going to give it a quick skim. Professionalism, visual professionalism, they get an 8 out of 10. Clean, modern, and appropriate for B2B consultants, so they're not doing too bad. Positioning clarity, they get a 6 out of 10. Professional presentation, but too broad to communicate a memorable specialty. Service architecture, 7 out of 10. Well organized, but the number of equally weighted practices that lose focus. Case studies, they get an 8.5 out of 10. The stronger section and the genuine source of credibility. So they did good in that area. They say trust and verification. Strong claims are present, but more external proof is actually needed. So they're pretty much on the money. SEO architecture, unfortunately, breadth of services is not supported by sufficient dedicated content. Differentiation, 6.5. The scientific and regulated delivery advantage is underused. Now let's just skim through some of these points that you get in your analysis. What sample website does better than many competitors? So these are areas that they actually do better than many competitors. Most important weaknesses. Okay, so it's a few weaknesses there. Position against the market, ahead of many small agencies. So you're really getting a evaluation of where you stand. Recommended market position in architecture, transform complex operations. So you can, like I said, you can take this diagnosis and you can do with it as you please. But if you like to work with us, we're going to, hook you up, and we're going to show you the end results of what we did as a result of this. As it says, prioritize action plan, what we're doing, and how we took action to solve a lot of these problems. Final assessment, selected sources review. So these are the web pages that they went over and that the analysis is based on. So let's look at the end product as a result. Now, what I find to be most interesting is that I felt as though that they would have told us, since they're used to seeing this, they would have thought that this was completely in the wrong direction. But what most business owners don't realize is that this website wasn't made for customers. This website was made for the business. Okay. This website is made for the customers. Have you ever been in a really nice hotel with carpet and had brand new shoes on and just go sliding across the carpet? You know you're in a really good business. This is cutting edge. This is sophisticated. As you can see here, they have tons of calls to action. Book a strategy call, explore services, phone call, book a call. Strategy is architecture. We engineer digital transformation for ambitious organizations, from AI automation to enterprise platforms, senior consultants, measurable outcomes, no fluff. Now look at this compared to this. Looks fancy, but at the same time, it says high end. It reflects their 7 years of service, 40 brands that they've helped. That's what it says. We're seasoned, we're sophisticated. And like I said, the website is not made for them. It's made for the client. And that's what it's supposed to be made for. Solution. So it simplifies everything. You see how everything here is kind of clunky. Services built for modern businesses, very boxy. This is a little bit warm, a little bit boxy too, but still those colors are helping with the presentation. Website development, custom software. See how it looks a lot cleaner? Data analysis, CRM consulting. This is the part that I appreciate. The growth ledger, proof, not promises. These are like the customer reviews of some of the previous projects and the people that they help. But notice, see how it simplifies everything? It looks nice and clean. Discuss a similar project. So these are the customer reviews in a sense, giving possibly the website visitors to appreciate, okay, yeah, we're looking for something like this. You see how neat and clean it is? Discuss a similar project. Calls to action, to book an appointment, take action, let's talk. We like what we see. Trust earned, custom reviews, the guys who they helped before, client voices, trust, everything is nice and clean. But they're doing a good job. They have a lot of elements on a website, which is awesome, but it deserves a more sophisticated, clean, legible look. It just looks really bulky, and so it looks like a lot going on. It can psychologically, it can, like, how can I say, psychologically, it can present too much information for the brain. It's like an overload of information. This illustrates perfectly what they're doing, the methodology, precision in every phase, discover, design. It's really breaking it down for me. One thing that we discovered when it comes to this niche is that there's a communication problem. There's a communication problem on the website. The client doesn't understand what's going on, even when it comes to the entire process, because it's a bit technical. They want to know what's going on. They want everything simplified. They want everything simplified and illustrated, you know, and palatable, something that they can absorb. And that's the purpose of the website. Built on trust, driven by outcomes. See we got going on? We got another call to action. This is the most beautiful part. Let's architect your growth. Number, email, address. What is your primary growth bottleneck? They get a chance to pick what they're looking for. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. But at the same time, it's not about beautiful websites. You want a website that converts. Guys, this ends today's episode. If you need a critique below, by all means, click the link so you can book an appointment to have your website critiqued, to get the website analysis. We're comparing your website against 100 different industry-leading businesses that are in your niche, guys. And we're going to give you a score. We're going to give you recommendations. We're going to leave you with this. We're even going to give you a bonus item by means of giving you this training. So I hope you appreciate this video. Like, follow, share, guys. I'm your humble host, Coach Solomon, signing out. I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.